Hello everyone and welcome to the Any Good series, the new improved version with better animations. Today we are checking out COD World War II Nazi Zombies, and like I did in the old series, I'm going to be giving my honest thoughts, feelings and opinions on this game as a player from 2022. Well, from that perspective. The reason why I thought this would be a good video to do to kickstart this new series is that I'm a bit of an underdog. Nazi Zombies is also a little bit of an underdog. Therefore, I feel like we are kindred spirits, we're cut from the same cloth. Nah, in all honesty, I've just been kind of fed up of all the Treyarch zombies. I found myself pretty bored of Treyarch zombies by, I'd say, Black Ops 4. Now, one of the main reasons for that is something that this game actually does suffer with too, and that is the fact that these later games and the later zombies are just far too easy. This started being a problem in Black Ops 3, and in this game or any of the Treyarch games that have come after, if you have the patience, the time, you can go on for how long you want to, and I've always enjoyed trying to survive in a zombie type game. There's no denying that this game also has that problem too. Like I said, you can just buy the 9mm or the 1911s, pack-a-punch them and also use the wonder weapon that's in the map. And the 1911s when pack-a-punch become the bacon and eggs, which is the Mustang and Sally from the Treyarch games. And even though their effectiveness isn't that great in later rounds when you get up to something like 35 or whatever, but it still has a really big stun effect, meaning that there's still good guns to hang on to. Not to mention that you can start off with the 9mm SAP or the 1911, pretty much means that every game for me is a potential high round game with really not much effort put in. I think this is one of the main contributing factors to why the zombies community just aren't interested in high round survival gameplay or world record attempts in that arena. Speedruns are more, well, popular. Speedruns of doing the Easter egg, because once again from Black Ops 3 onwards, the common person can get to high rounds. This makes it feel like it isn't much of an achievement. For instance, if you're watching someone get to round 30 in say this game, you'd be like, yeah, so what? I can do that too. It's easy, anyone can do it. And that is pretty much the mindset of how I entered playing this game again here in 2022. So first and foremost, if you're going to be buying this game in 2022, I do not recommend that. This game is way too expensive for what it's worth now, and the fact that you can't really find games in zombies, even the multiplayer you can't find games, and if you do, you might come across a cheater. So it's like, what do you do? Not a great experience when it comes to multiplayer. However, I do have all the DLC content too, and I have to admit, I was actually kinda hyped for Nazi Zombies when this game was actually in its life cycle. I enjoyed the first two DLCs, The Shadowed Throne and Darkest Shore. I said that in the wrong order there, but you know what I mean. For me, honestly, I think the first couple of maps are interesting, and of course this one doesn't have the charm of the Treyarch game, it doesn't have the whimsy, the character, the other things that some were expecting from a zombie game, and that was another reason why the community didn't take to it that well. Actually, another reason why people didn't really like it is because there was no double pack-a-punch, something that was established in previous zombie games. I remember a lot of the YouTubers back in the day, they actually thought that double pack-a-punch might still be in the game. They thought maybe they had just missed a quest, or it was in there and it just got taken out before the game launched. Yeah, that is quite possible, but let's be serious, would you really want to survive longer in this game? Probably not. Going back to the maps, I did really like the aesthetic. I like the fact that it's darker than Treyarch Zombies. And as I was playing through it, I was like, yeah, they did try to innovate in places. They did try something new. Some of the wonder weapons are interesting. The special zombies, the bigger brute zombies, are also pretty enjoyable to fight against for a little while. I really did like and still do like the darker vibes, especially on maps like the Darkest Shore. The way the fog comes in and you can't see anything, and then you have that spider type zombie, I still forget his name. He comes and attacks you, and it's actually kind of scary, and there are some moments there as well where they try to incorporate the scare factor a little. They try to do some jump scares, however they're not really that scary. You're not going to have a heart attack from playing this game. It doesn't quite hit the horror genre the way that I think it intended to do, but there are little notes of a little bit of flavor of that, and I forgot how much I actually enjoyed that, even though the gunplay does suck. That was always a problem with this game though. The old-timey weapons, you want to see some recoil. These are historical weapons, put some recoil in them. As you probably notice in this gameplay, I do actually shut off when shooting. But that's also new COD as well. I don't really concentrate when it comes to COD and shooting weapons. There's just no point. Playing through all the old maps again, I actually enjoyed this a lot more than I first thought I was going to. Surprisingly, in my memory, I have this fog of this being such a bad game in terms of the Nazi zombies, but actually in reality when playing it again, and in perspective now of the newer COD stuff, Cold War, Black Ops 4, Vanguard, I have a whole new appreciation for the fact that this was something new. They tried to do something new that didn't ultimately just suck. There are enjoyable moments to this part of the game. I also found myself appreciating the fact that there wasn't 120 ways to kill a zombie, that I didn't have a shield on my back, super overpowered wonder weapons, abilities, consumables, and all that stuff. Like, sure, yeah, you do get consumables and also, well, wonder weapons, but none of the stuff is as overpowered as something like Black Ops 3 and the Gobble Gum system, dropping perkaholics, power vacuum, round robber, and all the other stuff that you can do. Yeah, the wonder weapons are pretty powerful in this game, but not all the time do you rely on them, as regular guns are also needed, and it doesn't feel like as soon as you start you're already way more powerful than you need to be. There's a little bit more of a balance between the power scale of the player versus the zombies. Also, after playing this game again, I feel like I've been playing this game wrong, and probably quite a few of you guys have been playing it wrong too. No, hear me out. I was running around like a madman, playing really aggressive against the zombies, and it was actually really enjoyable the way that I switched up my playstyle this time around, challenging myself to get those physical attacks in, even in much later rounds. The way this game has that execution style kind of melee is really fun, honestly, in the later rounds, because even if you hit but don't actually kill them, your attack stuns the zombie, and you kind of create this field of offensive aggression, and it's a really unique way to play it. It kind of reminds me of the way you do physical attacks in something like Killing Floor 2. They definitely got the leaderboards and the scoreboard wrong. It should really show how many physical attacks have been successful. This game does get really boring really fast if I do a giant circle around a map. Just running, shooting, turning around, running again, shooting. You know, it gets boring if you do it that way. Unfortunately, I had no one to actually play this game with this time around, because for some reason, everyone that I know doesn't actually own this game, especially on PC. But I imagine if you can bring some friends along with it, it might be an enjoyable experience, especially if you do as I say and play really aggressive. You may not get to wave 50, but it's gonna be fun. All in all, relative to the new zombies, and from a perspective of someone playing games in 2022, this wasn't a super enriching experience. I'm not going that far. It just was more fun than I expected, and I actually think that Nazi Zombies was better than, well, people made out. Hell, it's even better than what I remember. I think I was a little bit too harsh and biased to this game going back. Anyway, let me know what you think of this game down in the comments. What do you think? Was Nazi Zombies good? Was it bad? Do you think that your perspective has also changed on it? It's definitely higher on my list of good zombie, well, COD games. I will be interested in reading your opinion. And also, don't forget to smash the like button, get subscribed to the channel if you are new. I hope you enjoyed the new style of video today, and with that said, I thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.